Yes, welcome back, Predator lovers. You are back listening to Predator and Prey. Now, we have one of the HOTU members out on a hunt,
Mm.
but you are joined by the two remaining HOTU clan members, myself, Ray, and Russell. Rasucha. How are you, Russell?
I'm good. How are you, Ray?
Yeah, good, good. Look, it's unfortunate we don't have Justin OWLF here, but but he's out on a hunt. I'm sure he's racking up some spines and skulls as we speak.
A birthday hunt.
A birthday hunt, of course, the 24th of
Yes.
November. A big happy birthday to Russell. Oh, no, to Justin. Russell, are we gonna sing? One, two, three. Happy
Happy birthday
birthday to
to
you.
Justin.
I always love it how people when they sing happy birthday, it's like they're in a morgue or
Mm.
you know, death warmed up. But big happy birthday to you, Justin. Hope you're having a good one. It's a very special kind of like as we're recording now, Russell, and we are live streaming. We're heading towards Thanksgiving. Is that right? Has that happened yet over
It,
there?
it it is happening now.
It's happening now.
Today is Thanksgiving.
Excellent. Turkeys are being gobbled. All
Yes.
that sort of stuff. Russell, what are you doing? Anything special apart from, of course, talking about Predator?
I've already had my Thanksgiving,
Oh, you've had
so
it. Okay,
yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
Is it very traditional? Is it like cranberry jam and
We didn't
turkey?
do that.
No.
But yeah, mostly traditional stuff, mashed potatoes, turkey. Yeah.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. We obviously we don't have that over here in this mud ball, um, but we have Black Friday sales,
Oh
baby.
boy.
So
I don't
you
want to
know.
talk about Black Friday sales
Oh,
right
I
now.
know. I heard about it. It's lucked out, far out. Yeah,
Mm,
it's well. Hopefully, Russell, things can turn a corner.
one of
Now,
these
listen,
days.
they will. They will.
Yeah.
Come on. If we're talking about action figures, I can see plenty behind you, my fine sir.
A lot.
Okay.
A lot.
So you know the action figure gods have been kind to you. Now, listeners, we are doing something slightly different from our usual. We've kind of truncated the show a little bit, so we aren't doing old scars, which for previous iterations have been our movie kind of discussions and reviews. We're going to focus on. Is this right, Russell? We thought we'd focus on. We wanted to focus on the comic,
Hmm.
just because it's kind of new. So we have
Yep.
a couple of new wounds. Is it fresh wounds? Sorry, Russell. We
Fresh wounds.
we have fresh wounds. We are doing Predator issue 4 by Ed Brisson and Kev Walker, as well as the chapters 10 to 12. We're nearly there at the end of the anthology Eyes of a Demon Eyes of the Demon, I think, sorry, that we have been covering over the last few episodes. So yeah, no movie, but we'll get back to, we were listed to do Predators, weren't we, Russell? So
Hmm. Yeah.
that's going to be on the cards. Yeah, but before any of that, I wanted to go into a little bit of hardcore news. Yeah.
The
Now,
streets are running red with blood.
Mr. Mayor and your late, what your, whatever. I can't do.
Harrigan!
He's
Harrigan!
the press have a right to know. Um, Now, Russell, having said all that, there's not much by way of news. I did trawl, the Yautja spaceways. Couldn't find anything. The only thing I did find, and this kind of bleeds into kind of our next upcoming segment of the trophy room. There's a new DLC hunting party pack in
Hmm.
Predator Hunting Grounds, the computer game. Now, Russell, you have a copy. I have a copy.
Hmm.
These new skins, they're good for fans, right? I mean, I think
Yeah.
we've both got the bare bones, right? Or
Yes. Yeah.
Not looking to get the Amazon Predator or the Pirate Predator anytime soon, Russell?
Probably not, but I still think it's really neat.
I should have had a slide up here because we are live streaming. Anyone listening, come on, jump in, say hello. But they look pretty good. I know the female predators are kind of up and are quite popular at the moment. We have a couple to mention in Eyes of the Demon, but the Amazon Predator looks very much of the female gender. But that really is the only hardcore news that we have, unless there's anything I've missed, unless anything that you can pick up.
No, not that I know of. Yeah,
No,
I don't think so.
okay, fair enough. Well, keep your eyes out. I mean, there were articles I read that were like released only a couple of days ago, but they're talking about 10-year-old story arcs. I don't know. Is that a common thing, Russell? I thought it was. They were talking about Predator 3 Wars, I think. I think it's called 3 Wars, or yeah. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, but this is like 2010, so I don't know why they did that. So very, very low on that front. Let's go to our trophy room, Russell. Now I've got a few little ditties I want to get, but I want you to go first. Anything? Well, you do have a plethora of figures there.
Yeah, I don't have anything new, but I think I have something to show here.
Do it.
It is the.
Do it now.
I believe
Kill
this
me,
was.
I'm here. Sorry,
This was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It is the NECA Sinestro Core Predator.
Oh wow! From Green Lanterns versus Predator.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Is
okay.
it?
So this is this one they cheated kind of, because there was not a Green Lantern versus Predator story.
Yeah, there was. There was.
No, sir.
I saw the issues. They got the 3 issues. There was a cover with Kyle Rayner. I think 3 different Green Lanterns and Predator. Unless I'm wrong, there are 3 issues of them. Let me have a quick
It was
look.
Green Lantern versus Aliens.
Oh, maybe that was it. Yes. Okay.
All right. So this came in a 2-pack with the Green Lantern, and the Green Lantern had multiple heads. One was Hal Jordan, one was John Stewart, etc. But this Predator actually was only a background Easter egg in the Sinestro Corps or story. Someone just drew in a Predator as one of the Sinestro Corps members.
Excellent.
And that was enough to get it a figure.
Made it a figure. That's awesome.
Yes, and it's got all of its plasma cannon and its sword. It's all constructs. It's not real.
Nice.
Yeah. This is one of my.
Is there a ring in there as well?
Yes, on this finger. Yeah.
There you go. Awesome.
And yeah, the symbol on the chest here. This is one of my favorites.
Nice.
Just because it's so, it's kind of crazy that exists.
It's kind of rare then. I mean, as you said, like it's not. They haven't actually even released a series of it. They should.
Right. I mean, well, they won't be doing that anytime soon, will they?
Well, yeah, that's true. Unless they can heal the world across the borders between the distinguished competition and Marvel.
Bring back Amalgam Comics.
Oh. Yeah, I'd like that. It'd be good. That's cool. Look, yeah. I've got a bit. Hang on. So just because these were good deals, and they're kind of hard to find. Well, not hard to find, but they're going for a bit of a price. So I got just the floppies of Batman.
Oh yeah. Speaking of DC Predator crossovers.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. I'm after there's like the prestige format as well, which you can get. I think that's a bit thicker. Uh, Also, I want to read this because Justin was saying how good this was. Predator, Batman. Batman Predator 2. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I should hang on. Let me let me get rid of this
Get it all
blurriness.
blurred, Bray.
That's it. Let's get rid of that blurriness. There we go. So that's a trade paperback, which I'm very proud of
Ooh,
because I think they're pretty hard to get. So now I've got to try and get the floppies of it. But Doug Manch, Paul Galassi, Terry Austin. Cool.
nice.
Can't read that. And
Noel
then
would call that a thickie.
a thickie.
Yeah, you have the floppies, and then you have the thickies.
Excellent. Yep, I know. Yep, Noel likes his both. He likes his floppies and his thickies.
Yeah.
And finally, again, I'm going to be on the hunt for the other format, but I've got Batman Predator 3
Oh, okay.
as well, but in
All
floppies.
three.
Yes, I'll read them. So I've got all of them. Kind of, I can read them all now. But yeah, pretty cool. And now I've also managed to. There was a third-party seller. This was pretty cool. Tarzan versus Predator. Walt Simonson and
Oh,
Lee
man.
Weeks. Walter Simonson, yeah, whatever. Lee Weeks, pretty cool. Really nice
It's a
cover as well.
that's a match made in heaven right there.
Yeah, I mean that's a good throwdown right there. Like it's not overpowered character versus Predator who will lose yet again.
And you won't hear Phil Collins like the Disney Tarzan.
Well, I think of. Did you watch that other one with the guy from Skarsgård?
I didn't
Tarzan?
see it, but
It's good. It's
yeah.
good. Yeah, it was decent. And finally, this is one I'm very proud of: Aliens versus Predator versus Terminator.
Now that is rare. That is a rare piece.
This
Yeah.
is rare, yeah. So I did pay a bit for it, unfortunately, but I just had to have it. Yeah, I've only got issue 1, but I'll
I
try.
don't
and
have
get the
any of
other
those,
ones.
so
That's pretty cool. Like I think I messaged you. I was surprised it had Ripley and Call. You know, Winona
yeah.
Ryder for people that are unfamiliar from Resurrection. It's really, it's really, it's a weird. Oh, look, it's not fantastic. I'll say that, but it's just fun to see them together. They could have gone any which way. They chose a particular path. It was kind of like, oh, would have been fun to see something. I don't want to spoil it, but it would have been fun to do something else, but they didn't. So,
Is it better than Cold War?
oh, dude, Russell,
That's the bar. Is it better or worse than Cold War?
Cold War and The Predator, I think, are on par. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, that was yeah, the trophy room. That was the stuff. I'm still always on the hunt for more. I saw Russell again, third party sellers. I could try and get the Ultimate Guardian Predator. The next one that looks pretty cool as well from the Lost Tribe, and there's the Ahab Predator.
Yes.
That looks pretty cool.
I think he's back there, yeah.
Awesome, really?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Oh, he's in the back. So we'll show him off next month.
We'll show him off next month. And just you reminded me, because again, we are visuals on live streaming. Russell and I are sporting our HOTU clan shirts, proudly, bought from Once Upon a Tea. So, yes, limited edition. We are serious about our Predator stuff.
Yes.
Also, Russell, I was just thinking I'm just thinking like out loud. We've got to get that video sorted, right?
Yes.
We'll do that soon.
It's kind of we're going into winter now here, so it won't exactly have the same feel.
You can do a Cold War.
No, an AVP.
AVP. Yeah, exactly.
Just real quick, I kind of had a Predator-like experience the other day.
You do tell.
I had a tooth removed
Mandible.
So yeah, I'm now 3 Mandible. No,
Yes.
but no, when he was removing it, I kind of got flashbacks of Billy getting his spine ripped out and
Oh,
Predator.
jeez. Oh no. You had that look on your face, the same look that Billy
Oh,
had. The
definitely,
cold,
definitely.
hard, dead stare.
Well, before I went
Far
in
out.
there, I just cut my chest.
Yeah, exactly. We're all gonna die. Just tell him that. Wow. Are you okay now? Far out.
Yeah, I was
You're
able to
doing pretty
eat.
well for a guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It was only what, a couple of days ago? A couple of weeks or
yeah. No, it was like Wednesday, so yeah, it was.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty fresh still. It's a fresh
no,
wound.
Tuesday, so 2 days ago. Fresh wound. Nice segue.
Excellent. Yeah, no, well, that's cool. I have no predator experiences, but um, you know,
I hope not.
other than playing dominoes, still playing bones.
Ah, yes.
Love to play my bones.
Think you
Tell
could
the
beat
future,
King Willie?
King Willie. You can't stop what can't be stopped.
Maybe he just should have just challenged the city hunter to a bones game, and maybe he would
That's
have
it.
walked away with his head.
Like Grim Reaper from Bill and Ted. You got to play to your strengths, right? So,
Yeah, instead of us pulling your sword out, you could have just been like, "You want to play bones, man?"
oh man, I'm very sad. Oh no, very happy, but also very sad that we finished our Predator 2 chat because we could go on for hours for that.
Yeah.
But
We'll revisit it when we talk about the adaptation that's going to be in the omnibus,
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally up for that.
which comes out on my birthday, apparently.
Oh yeah. So when does it? For you, what is the release date for that? Because mine keeps on changing. So when's yours now?
Well, it says December 27th for me.
Okay. Yeah, mine was a bit
So
earlier, but
that-
now I think it's changed. So I think it's
So that's-
that as my.
That
Yeah, that's
is my birthday, but
put
yeah,
a
we'll
pin on that
see.
one.
We'll see if it actually comes out that day.
Your birthday or
Any day, yeah.
any day? Yeah, no, fair enough.
I might just. I mean, I don't. I want the omnibus, obviously, but if they're gonna start doing epic collections,
I
because
know.
Aliens getting epic collections is like,
I know.
they're so much easier to read and more affordable. It's just
To
we
be
were
honest,
having this discussion, earlier.
Yep. To be honest, they are. They're a lot easier to read. You know, on the flip side, the omnibuses, God, that paper stock and just because they're a little bit bigger than usual. Because I think I told you I was flicking through the Moon Knight page, some issues that I've already read, but I'm like, wow, this is like HD or whatever. This is like a new experience. So in some ways it is good, but you're right. I mean, when the Aliens Epic was announced, I'm kind of like, oh man, I just got Volume 2, like So
Yeah.
anyway, might just keep that in the shrink wrap then. Let's get the epics. I don't know. I want to read them, so we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we aren't doing any of the movies, let's go into some fresh wounds.
Yeah.
Back again. That came up early. Yeah. So I don't know, Russell. We can do either or. I'm happy to do either or. Do you want to do Eyes of the Demon, or do you want to do the comic first?
I think we should save the comic for last.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so let's talk about Eyes of the Demon.
Eyes of the Demon. Yeah, sure. So as we mentioned, we are going to cover chapters 10 to 12, and they're listed down there. So there'll be Little Miss Nightmare by Peter Briggs. Then we have The Trophy by A.R. Reddington. And finally, The Monster by Michael Cogg. Now, overall, Russell, what did you make of these three? I love them. I'll just say that. But what about you?
Well, I know that you and Justin both really loved Little Miss Nightmare.
Well, I don't want to say really loved, but anyway, yeah, go on.
Oh well, I think
Yeah.
Justin said he loved it, so
Yep. Yep.
I wasn't a fan.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, I mean, do you want to go first or?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind. Or you can jump in. I was about to say like I just want to say at first like first read I wasn't a fan at all, and then
Mm,
just doing the reread for our discussion, I guess because I knew what to expect, and I was kind of
hmm.
like, oh, this is fun. But yeah, yeah, you weren't a fan at all.
Uh, you know, I definitely liked parts of it.
Hmm.
And I kind of liked what he was going for, Peter Briggs. He was kind of making like this. It felt like a modern action movie with a
Mm.
predator thrown in, and none of the characters were super likable, especially our villain, who
Mm.
just like there's villains that you don't like because you're not supposed to like them because they're evil, and then there's
Yep.
villains that are just annoying. And this villain, so annoying.
Yep.
She was like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Ah,
And
yeah.
I didn't feel like there was enough predator action in this. The
Okay.
ending kind of ramped that up quite a bit.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Ray, I must say, the ending,
Oh, yeah.
I laughed my ass off so hard.
Oh, you did. You liked it. Yep.
No, I don't know if I liked it. I
Okay.
thought it was just so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I agree with you. The first time I read it, the ending, I was almost, it wasn't angry, but I was almost like, what the F? What the F is this? This is just, yeah. Um,
It was
but
worth
yeah,
it for that.
well, I mean, yeah, maybe I should talk about, I guess, the first reading and then the second, because I did really enjoy the second time round. I liked how, look, it's a different premise. For those that don't know, the elevator pitch for this, or in a nutshell, there's a bomber, a terrorist, and she's being hunted by both the special ops team, humans, and a predator who has kind of bumped into her in the past. That's basically it, but it's kind of set like as these special
Globetrotting.
ops. Yeah, globetrotting. They're trying to track her down. I like that kind of feel for it. What I found on the first read was that like there was Briggs puts so many like pop culture references in there. It's
Yep.
like it's a bit too much. Like
Uh huh.
maybe I was thinking maybe he's doing that to set up the ending,
Right.
because then that would have come out of the blue. But maybe I was thinking I may have preferred that.
Mm.
Instead of we're getting the references of natural born killers, of Steinbeck, of like they're just countless like little smart, quippy little references that he puts in. So yeah, and look, just again in a nutshell, the key characters we've got Rakine, and
Mm.
she is a predator, part of the Prek clan. We have Agent Tren. She's kind of the main special senior ops manager. John Ortiz, one of the colleagues. Volderstone, another member of the crew. Tracy Dahl / Kathy Ames, or Ames, and Mallory Knox. That's the bomber, and
Mhm.
she's a pure sociopath, psychopath.
Yep.
And yeah, those are the characters. And yeah, I agree, Russell. I reckon out of all of them, well, I found Tracy the most interesting because she had the most
Yeah.
weight to her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was a little bit interesting. Rakine, the female predator, she's not your typical predator. She's more of a, wasn't she more of like a historian or
Yeah, that I
a
liked
scientist?
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
liked that she was, yeah, like you said, a historian, and she knew how the internet worked and all
yeah,
sorts of fun stuff.
yeah. Yeah, there's some really weird overlapping things, but she has her own history as well. She lost her brother, Rahine, to some alien race. There was something, he gets like pecked to death or something, by some,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes back, kills the queen, and so she's kind of like she's got a bit of her own kick-assery. But I did find interesting how she met up with Tracy before. So
Right.
we get in the history Tracy had to fake her death because she, I think it was a million march where she killed a lot of people in the bombing.
Mm-hmm.
So to escape, she had to wipe her identity off the face of the earth. she set up a guy, Mendoza, to help her, but then she wanted to kill him. He's the last guy that actually knows. And that's when we get Rakine, actually, who's been tracking Tracy because she's an aberration. And I thought this was an interesting point, that the Predators, like, have they distinguish, like, trophies. Like, it's not like Tracy is a great warrior or anything, but Rakine is actually hunting her because she's an aberration. Like, she's not a typical human.
Right.
Have we come across that before anywhere, or?
Not really. Also,
No.
just real quick, was this the first story in the anthology that referenced xenomorphs?
Yeah, they
I
did. I
think,
went. Yeah, they
yeah.
might have been.
I,
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
Sorry, it's just because I'm sorry, Russell. It's just because I've been reading an AVP novel as well, so
right.
they kind of overlap. It's like, oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, they heavily implied that that's what killed her brother, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to reread it. I'm not sure. I didn't pick that up, but they were kind of bug-like, and there was a queen, so it may
yeah.
have been. It was just called another name, which very
Oh,
much
okay.
could be. But no,
Well,
but that could very much be the predator name for the
oh,
xenomorph.
maybe what it was,
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it, is I'm pretty sure our lead predator said was comparing that species to another
Yeah.
species,
Yep.
and it was the xenomorph reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to get off track there, but
No, that's yeah. It's
I
cool. Sorry.
Peter Briggs, he actually wrote a treatment for AVP, the
Mm-hmm.
first movie,
Yep.
and I mean it didn't get made, but so he has a claim in the Predator
Yeah.
landscape, and I didn't dislike the writing. I just disliked the characters, and I did think the amount of pop culture references was just too much.
It was right
It
on the nose,
was,
wasn't it? It was really
yeah.
obvious. Yeah. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
It
That was just.
felt to me like a mid 2000. It felt like a Bourne movie, like a Bourne Identity,
Oh
or
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but with just like all these pop culture references shoehorned in. But I guess that was
Yeah.
part of it, because that's the mind of our bomber, is that
Mm.
she's kind of this pop culture nerd sociopath.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean,
but
it was. Yeah.
that ending, oh my god.
I thought the action scenes were quite good. I
Mm,
loved the one in the warehouse where I think they're in Prague or some town in Czechoslovakia,
hmm
in the Czech Republic. Sorry, um, and when Rakine attacks all of them there, I thought that was really cool. There were some guys that get chopped up. One guy, I think, yeah, they all get blown apart. That sort of thing. The end was pretty good as well. There was a huge car chase. I thought of the Italian Job when
hmm
when this was happening, because there was a high speed Agent Tren chasing down Tracy. That was really cool. But yeah, I agree for the most part what you're saying about the pop culture references. I thought Agent Tren was underdone, because it seemed like she was the main kind of
hmm
character, but I guess she gets overshadowed by Tracy.
Yeah.
Uh, Wanted to call out one of the characters, John Ortiz. That he's a colleague of Agent Tren. Now, John Ortiz is actually the real name of the actor who played Sheriff Morales in
Mm,
AVP Requiem. So, a nice little Easter egg there from
yeah.
Briggs. Yeah, yeah, and
I'll
yeah.
I'll just
Sorry.
say that I think this would have worked a lot better as a movie.
Hmm.
You can get away with more of those pop culture references in a movie.
Yeah.
When you're reading it, it's just like in your face, you know.
Yeah. 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 I
So
mean, yeah.
I think this would have worked a lot better as a movie. A lot, you could have visualized the action more, and you
Hmm.
could have been more subtle with your pop culture references. Like, you would have just heard Cyndi Lauper on the radio. You wouldn't have had to
Yes.
have read a
Well,
paragraph about it. So,
that's a good point. And depending if you read this in one sitting, which is what about think it's about 30, 40 minutes, on Kindle, it says.
Yeah.
You'll get all those pop references quickly with it, whereas over a 2-hour film, again, it will be spread out. And as you say, it could be in the background, it could be a little bit more subtle. But yeah, so what would you give this one then, Russell, out of 5 pipe bombs?
I believe this, and I feel, I always feel bad doing this, but I believe this is going to be my lowest score yet.
Wow. Okay.
A 2.5 out of
Okay.
5. So
Okay. So
halfway there.
halfway there, yeah, yeah, not totally disgusting.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, I give it. I'd say about a 3.5. I enjoyed this. I don't like comparing it off the other stories, but I won't mention. But there was another story that we have covered already, which I probably mentioned anyway, but I didn't really like. So this was above there, and like I said, on the second read, because I kind of knew what to expect style wise for this, it was okay, it was good.
Yeah. And just remember, Ray, that girls just want to have fun.
Yeah, so interesting there. Yeah, I guess so. From me, Russell, not so much. Like I recommend for Little Miss Nightmare by Peter Briggs. The next one was cool as well. Again, on a reread, I think I got a lot more from it than my first read. Maybe I was distracted, I don't know. But the next one's The Trophy by A.R. Reddington. And I'll just, again, elevator pitch. The main characters, you really just need to know Rhea Ortega. She's a bounty hunter. Alec, he's another bounty hunter, an annoying one. And the Exterminator, which is kind of like the target, and for the most part, the trophy for this. Russell, do you want to give a pitch for just quickly on what's this about, in case anyone wants to get a gist of it?
So there's a Ortega is she's looking to score a bounty on the Exterminator, who has crash landed, or intentionally landed on Zone 9 of the Prinaris star system. And there's volatile gases in the atmosphere, and other bounty hunters are there to claim the Exterminator, and the Predator wipes them all out. The Exterminator is wiped out, and the Predators are using him as bait. And Ortega and Alec kind of get into this like really weird confrontation where they're both trying to decide what to do. Alec is like this smarmy, backstabbing asshole, and he tries to betray her because they kind of formed an alliance, an uneasy alliance, and then he betrayed her, and she kills him. Ortega kills Alec, and then she ends up racking up 2 predators, a female and her boyfriend. But then the other predators arrive, and we kind of get the Predator 2 ending all over again, where they come and get the fallen predator's body, and they give Ortega a trophy, which is the Exterminator's hand, which is going to allow her to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed this. This was different. It was a nice change from Little Miss Nightmare. It was in the spaceways of the cosmos. We're talking about science, pure science fiction here with bounty hunters. Who knows when in time this is, but it'd be in the distant future. I found Ortega a really cool character. Alec, I found there were a lot of tropes in this. Like, first off, Alec sidles up next to Ortega in their like aircrafts, and then he's kind of smartly kind of talking to her, and then she kind of jets off, and he kind of leaves him in her dust, and it's kind of I've seen that in many movies and
so many times.
Yeah, and then as you say, the Predator giving the trophy at the end. Not a trope, but again, we've seen that before. But I think overall, I enjoyed it. How about yourself?
Yeah, I liked this one. I almost feel like, and maybe this just because they were bounty hunters. I've just imagined in my head that Ortega and Alec were Mandalorians.
Ah,
And
cool. Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like, okay, this is the closest we can get to that.
yeah,
Space intergalactic bounty hunters, you immediately go with Boba Fett and
yeah.
all those Star Wars bounty hunters. But, it was cool. I like that, Alec died.
Yeah,
But I did feel like the ending was a bit redundant, but
yeah.
I like how she kind of contemplates afterwards is like, oh shit, now I'm just like a bigger target.
A bigger, yeah, that's a good point. Because I mean, she kills two predators.
Mm-hmm.
She kills the mate first off pretty quickly, I think, and then she has this showdown with the female predator. But she does really well. I mean, she's a pretty kick-ass fighter, Ortega.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of the things that did kind of niggle at me was the predators giving her the hand as a trophy. Now, is that just pure coincidence, or did they know that? Because it's set out from the beginning, you can either bring the exterminator back alive, or you can bring him back dead, but you need to provide like the head or some
Evidence.
identification.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ID is kind of stuck in the hand. There's like a chip or something. So I found it a little convenient, or that the predators give her the hand as a gift. I don't know what
Well,
you thought of that, or
we do know from the last story that the predators know more about us than we, I guess, realized.
yeah, yeah,
And they were using the exterminator as bait, so they
that's true.
probably know. They probably
Yeah.
know. I'm just going to give them
Okay.
the benefit of the doubt on that one.
No, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah. No, I liked how they used the exterminator as bait. Again, I mean, they've done that in the past, but for me, that gave me Predators vibes. With the
Uh-huh.
Mexican cartel guy that was sitting in the middle of the
Yeah.
grass. Help
Help
me!
me.
Yeah, yeah. That was so
Danny
creepy. And
Trejo.
Trejo is awesome actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But got the same vibes with this with the exterminator. I thought it was really really cool, and he just gets like his head gets blown off. I think Ortega shoots his kneecap and just severs his leg, but no reaction. All that sort of stuff. So he's long
Mm-hmm.
gone. I loved how the exterminator was built up to be this badass. He had a huge reputation at the beginning. Like
Mm-hmm.
he would send bounty hunters' body parts back in the mail, like for anyone that came to look for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Reddington sets it up really well. Like Ortega wonders why he's either crash landed into this planet because it's not the ideal planet, or he set a trap, and
Right.
and I like how that kind of brings the tension. So when she goes to the planet, you don't know at first whether the exterminator has set this all up. But yeah, I thought I thought it was a pretty solid story. Alec was annoying. I thought he was written well.
Yeah.
And I loved his glorious over the top death. That was
Yeah.
satisfying.
Very.
It was the same sort of thing like you get in movies where I'm trying to think of like say in Prey, the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about the orange Tutsuya, whatever.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
and you kind of go, oh, that's got to have something to do with the movie later on. I
Right.
I, I felt the same when Ortega was talking. Oh, this planet's got volatile gases in the atmosphere. We can't bring any explosives here. So I was thinking,
Right.
okay, well, this is
It's
definitely yeah,
it's the Chekhov's gun. That's
yes.
the yeah.
Oh, that's a term. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, I don't know. What would you give this one, Russell?
3 skulls out of 5.
Three
Uh,
skulls out of
I
five. Okay.
liked it, but I wasn't wowed by it.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I'd say I about the same level of enjoyment. I'd say 3.5
Okay.
from the last one, Little Miss Nightmare. I enjoyed it. I want to see more of Ortega. I thought she was pretty cool. Other than that, I don't think I can grab anything from this. Maybe a past story about the exterminator. That would be cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, because he
Yeah.
seemed pretty good. But yeah, he didn't last long at all.
I mean,
So three and a half.
I'd be interested to see more of Ortega and how like
Mm.
she's got to fend off these predators for the rest of her life.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly. Just put a target on her back.
hmm
Yeah. So
All
yeah,
right.
okay. So that's pretty good. So the last one, Russell. Chapter 12, The Monster by Michael Cogg. Um, yes, now bear with us. Haven't written as many little prompt notes here for this, but it is a very distinct story,
Hard to
Russell.
forget. Yeah,
Sorry?
hard to
Yes.
forget because like
Hard.
I
Yes.
didn't reread any of these.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
I they stood out in my mind pretty well, but this one
Okay.
really stands out to me.
Yeah, this one does as well. Like I reread the other two. This one I did run out of time, but it's still kind of in my mind. Um, I don't have the character's name off the top of my head, but again, elevator pitch. What we're looking at is that there are a group of people. Um, there's someone that has had that's kind of like a Bigfoot enthusiast.
hmm
There's also kind of this university student skeptic.
Yeah.
There's this ex-military kind of guy that
Wow.
drives the van.
Psycho.
Yeah, yeah. And I might be forgetting some other people, but there's a group of them. They're the ones that stood out.
Yeah, and I think there's one more person.
Hmm.
I can't remember what role they played, but there was one
Yeah,
more person.
yeah. And essentially, they go looking for Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
This mythological like creature. What do you call them? These
Sasquatch.
days. Yeah, cryptids? Are they cryptids?
Cryptids.
Yeah,
Yes.
cryptid. Yeah,
Yes.
Sasquatch. So they're looking for Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, and they do find it, but they find something else as well.
Yeah.
Like, the predator was hunting the Sasquatch, which is awesome. Bigfoot versus
That's
predator.
dream match.
That is
Just
pretty much. So yeah, overall impressions for this one, Russell.
oh, this one was great.
Yeah, yeah,
I love that they built up the tension. It reminded me um a lot of like Blair Witch Project.
yeah, yep. I'd
You
agree.
know, and in fact, the director of Blair Witch Project went on to do a movie called Exists, which is about Sasquatch.
Oh,
Which is really
oh,
actually a pretty cool movie. But
okay.
yeah, I can almost see this. If this was a movie, this would be like a found footage, like
Mm,
Predator movie, which would be really interesting to try to see that.
yep.
Um, but yeah, so I loved the build up. You got this like you. I love that the main character has like this relationship with Bigfoot where she
Yeah.
encountered one when she was a kid
Hmm.
and like she's been chasing that dragon ever since. But then the military crazy guy, he says that he's had an encounter with Bigfoot, but we can infer he really had an encounter with a Yautja.
Mm, yeah.
And they encounter the predator first, and it's just like, oh shit. Like
Yeah.
she's like, that's not what I remember seeing when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love it how they have this different perspective on the predator because they're so kind of uh, blinkered, if you will, on
hmm
looking for the Sasquatch. And there were weren't there these stories as well about people that went to look for the Sasquatch? There was,
Yeah. Was it the
yeah,
pot farmers?
mm.
I think they were growing
Oh yeah, yes,
marijuana
that's right.
and
Yes,
they
that's
were
right.
getting murdered. Yeah.
Yes. So, that kind of added the fuel to the legend of Bigfoot, but
Yeah.
it's all kind of mixed in with the predator.
hmm
Um, I don't know, for some reason, I kind of wanted um, the uni student to, because she was so kind of
Yeah. She
normal
was
and ordinary.
innocent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but
There's really
she,
no
every,
reason that she needed to die.
no, but I mean, other than to show the brutality of the
This
Yautja, but
Yeah, this was another one where the predator was kind of going against the rules, I feel like.
yes, true. Good point. Maybe it was pissed off that these humans were in the way of the bigger prize. I don't know, but yeah,
We have seen predators like break the rules when they're provoked.
yep,
I can think of Lance Henriksen in
Yes.
AVP. He was going to let him go because he had cancer, and then he was like, "Don't
Yeah.
turn your back on me." And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
well, you're dead now. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
No, I think we've got to be reminded as well that because I think some um, fans assume that the Predator has this very strict code of honor, kind of like the samurai. When if you look at, I remember hearing discussions as well. You look at Prey with that Tabe, the Predator goes invisible. It's like,
mhm,
and Tabe says cheetah,
yeah,
so they're not totally honorable in that sense.
no,
They do have a sense of it, but they're privy to stretch those. So,
and it's probably different from clan to clan. You probably have the more honorable ones, and then
yeah,
however,
and the
um,
individual as well.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen everything from predators befriending humanity to bad bloods. So it's
yes,
just like
exactly.
there's quite a range. There's quite a spectrum.
Yeah, I think because the OG, the Jungle Hunter, that he was generally kind of quite honorable,
Yeah, he
like the
would
things that
be
he
the
did.
neutral to me. Like
Yep, yep,
he's not he's like the what the median. He's
yeah,
like what you it's either is he more extreme than the jungle hunter or is he less extreme than the jungle
yeah,
hunter?
yeah, exactly. You kind of compare off it, but yeah, this was really great, and there was I love the kind of mysterious quality of the Sasquatch still,
Mm,
because we all know the predator, what it kind of looks like in our mind's eye and what it does. And this Sasquatch was like strong.
oh
It just was
yeah.
unrelenting. It was good. I was definitely rooting for the Sasquatch, I have to say.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, in
Yeah,
this situation, I was rooting for the Sasquatch.
yeah,
And what a fight.
yeah.
And the Predator would have had him if our protagonist hadn't helped. But
Mm,
I love that the ending is to me. Now I'd have to ask our author here, but
yes.
I think Ray that this was a reference to the original King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh,
Because
really?
at the end of that, King Kong and Godzilla go tumbling off a cliff,
Ah,
and yeah, and this Sasquatch definitely had the heart of King Kong on his side,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, it was a brutal knockdown fight, but there was really no winner.
And I like that as well. I mean, you've got to also consider just brute raw strength from the
Mm,
Sasquatch compared to the Predator, who has all the weapons.
gadgets, yeah.
The humans got freaking cut up and laser shot and everything. So, yeah, I just loved it. Again, I would love to see more, but I think Cog has done really well. But just given us, what we've always kind of speculated.
I
Who would the
want
Predator go up against?
I
Yeah,
want more of this. I
yeah,
want more
exactly.
of Predator versus cryptids. Just give me a whole book of
Yes.
that. Predator versus Mothman, Predator versus the Loch Ness monster. It's just but
Yeah,
um
yeah.
I also felt really bad for the main character because how the hell is she going to explain any of that to anyone, you know?
Scarred for life.
She's
Seriously.
she's probably going to be imprisoned for all those murders.
Oh yeah, yeah, well, yeah, yeah, exactly, for sure. Or you rack it up to again, all these mysterious deaths in the area. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's got a lot to answer for.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm assuming a high mark for this one, Russell.
4 out of 5 skulls on this one for me,
Okay,
and
excellent. I
I'm
I would
I'm
that's
only
fair.
not going the extra mile because I felt like the fight was kind of truncated a little bit too
Okay.
quickly.
Yep.
Um, yeah,
Yep. Okay. Again, I'll give it 4.5. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Yeah, it just took a little bit off. I don't know. Why not? I don't want to give it 5 mark, but it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was quite. There wasn't too much fat to it.
hmm
We got straight into it, and we didn't need to know huge back histories of the characters, but they were given, and that was it. You had a sense of it, and
yeah, I liked what
off you
they
go.
did. Yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess the little thing is, I mean, although we did talk about it. Just that thing about the Predator's code, but of course, as we said, it's an individual. It does its own thing. Yeah, so we are heading towards the last few chapters of Eyes of the Demon. So I think Russell, next episode's probably going to wrap that one up.
Yeah.
But I have had a hoot with it. It's been mostly,
Yeah.
I mean, largely enjoyable. So yeah, so listeners, if you haven't got a copy available on Kindle, you can get your hard copy as well. Just check your LCS or your bookstores.
And I can thank you for that, because I would have never read it or listened to it if you hadn't suggested it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I stumbled onto it as well. And how cool is it? We get these stories from the predator's point of view. We get more female predators. We get an expansion of the lore. It's just fantastic. It's great.
I've got to read that first anthology that came out.
Yeah. If it bleeds, I think,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Alrighty, now I think it would be probably time to go to our second bit of fresh wounds. This time, the comic book. Yeah. So that might not be the best one. This one. So what we're looking at is Marvel's Predator. The next issue 4. This is Day of the Hunter Part 4, the first arc, from writer Ed Brisson, Kev Walker, penciler and inkers, colorist Frank D'Armata, letterer Clayton Cowles, with editors Kat Gregorowitz, Jake Thomas and Darren Shan. Release date November 2nd, 2022. So we're a bit late to the review on this, but it came out this month, and with a cover date of January 2023. Now, Russell, I have done my homework. We do have covers here. So the first one up here for people looking on the live stream, on the video, and podcast listeners, if you want to look at the visuals, it's available on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well. We have regular cover by Lionel Francis Yu, looking pretty cool there, Russell.
She's so buff on that one.
Theta has been pumping the iron there. She's been pushing the tin.
I think that's a reference to the original Predator poster.
It could be with Arnie.
Yeah.
I love the Predator in the background, and we'll get to it, but the armor for the Predator is very cool indeed. Now we've got a couple of other covers here, variant by Stan Sakai. Pretty cool. I want to actually get this one, Russell.
Yeah, Mr. Usagi Yojimbo.
Did you get? Sorry, I forgot to ask. Did you get any particular covers, or?
I just got the regular one.
Regular, yeah, me too. But we do have a final one as well. It's a 1/25 variant.
Yeah.
Salvador LaRocca. It looks really good. 1/25. Again, I don't think I have a snowball's chance in hell of getting it, but it looks pretty cool. Listeners, if you have got it, share it on our Facebook group or page. It'd be cool to be part of your collection. Now, let's get the... that is it. Let's get the comic up here. So, I mean, this... Again, Russell, this is very much part, I think, of an arc. It's definitely written as a 6-parter. I'll just take that off. But, I mean, overall, what did you make of this issue?
I really liked it. It was action packed.
Yep.
There was a lot going on, and we got to see this. I mean, he didn't get to stay around too long, but this really cool looking Predator with his wild armor,
It's awesome.
Horns and all sorts of protrusions.
Yeah, spikes and
Yeah, and I mean, we get a little bit more Theta action. Yeah, and how she's able
as well.
Yeah, she's able to do all this drunk, and Sandy's like, "You're drunk. You're drunk. Stop this. Don't do it."
Yeah, you're 0.05 or something. So she's, she's up there.
She's feeling good.
She's feeling good. Yeah.
But just I mean, we're looking at the panels here. And this has like everything you could want. It's got a space battle. It's got a land battle. It's and she really is the ultimate like opportunist, you know? Like
Mm-hmm.
she oh, we got some porn bots in the chat, right?
Oh, we do. Hang on. What do we got here? Oh, wow. Let's just show them up there. There we go. So, thank you, XXX69Biz. Fantastic.
Oh man.
I've never seen that
Ah,
before.
no, I haven't either. Not on StreamYard.
Wow.
Anyway, um
Beautiful art, though. Look at this.
yes.
Look
Oh
at, I mean,
god.
again, so we are talking about the
Kev
visuals in front
Walker
of
is the
us.
man.
Yeah, with the colors. I mean, like this particular panel with the explosion. So Theta destroys one of the Predator ships. So she's,
Mm.
we're talking about Ortega being a pretty big kick-ass killer. She kills 2 Predators. Theta's killed plus 20 now.
Yep.
She's racking up that. She destroys one of the ships. She's drunk.
Mm.
Look, overall impressions are I enjoyed it. It's good. Why I keep on saying that this is just one piece of the bigger puzzle is that I think as far as story progression goes, the pace is slow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a glorious and it's a great fight at the end of this issue. We get. I'm going to just jump straight to it. We get employees, workers of Astar Industries, which is
Mm-hmm.
part of his ship, which is a nice cool reveal.
It's Moon Knight.
But I mean, we still have made no progress with Theta finding
No. Yeah.
what she wants, the 3-mandibled hunter.
Yeah.
You could argue that she came across these 2 predators. She didn't set up a trap. She's not looking for them. They came to her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more, as you say, opportunistic that she does it. But I just feel it's missing, like the spine of the story of her reaching. There's a few detours. That's all I'm saying. It goes through. And so now
It's
we've got Astar to kind of
yeah.
look for.
It's yeah. We haven't had like any concrete story since the first issue. It's just mostly been these weird survival situations,
Yeah.
which I guess is kind of in line with the Predator films.
Yep.
But I think we get a great fight at the end of this,
Yes.
and spoiler
Oh,
alert, but I mean that's kind of our deal. Theta gets beaten.
she does.
She
Just hang
she's
on. I just want to. Oh, look at this.
oh
Look at that,
yeah,
Russell. That's Theta
so
in
amazing.
armor.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, she does. She gets smashed in this.
Mm-hmm.
So this other, and again another big. Let's. I'm going to pull it up here. A few
That
pages
entrance.
later.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know what you'd call this predator. It's
It's
I don't know,
the
part samurai, or part Celtic, or something. Viking.
Triceratops.
Triceratops predator. Yeah, absolutely. And it knows how to fight. Granted, Theta is drunk, so that would obviously impede her reflexes, her strength. But she's smart enough. She brings in that little, is it a scout or a
Yeah.
hovercraft or something,
Yeah.
a scooter, to smash into the predator. But
Well, and
easily.
the thing is her like vengeance is almost her undoing here, because she's like trying to get it to take its mask off, even when she's like impaled. She's like, take off your mask. I need to know. I need to know.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I got to call out the artwork. I mean, with Kev, like it must be snow or sludge or something.
yeah.
Just looks really good with the armor. But you're right. I mean, she's trying her hardest to.
Yeah, I mean, look at
she
those
wants to see.
eyes. Like she's dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I imagine maybe the armor has stopped. I mean, but she got impaled literally with that spear. I mean, and any other person would be, dead meat.
And that predator is so massive. It's like gigantic.
I love the use of the light here. You see later on, just again the silhouette of the predator. A lot of the artists kind of joke about how silhouettes, if you run out of time, use silhouettes. But this silhouette's quite detailed. Looks really cool. The only unfortunate thing here is the
Yeah, that bummed me out. That
Yeah,
bummed me
it's-
out big time.
absolutely mowed down by Astar. And and that's where we kind of leave it. Like Theta's She takes off the mask eventually. It's not the three mandibled one, but yeah, these goons. I mean, I'm getting vibes of potentially Asta being the equivalent of Wayland Yutani.
Yeah,
I don't know.
which, if you'll remember, Ray, one of my criticisms of some of those Eyes of the Demon stories is that you're getting a little too much aliens in my Predator.
Ah, yeah,
But
yeah.
we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm still thoroughly enjoying this. It's I look forward to it every month that the
Yeah,
issue drops. I dare I say I do come across the digital version even before I can get the print
yeah,
because I just want to read it.
yeah. I will
So
say
yeah,
this might be our introduction of our proper villain, uh,
yep,
or could be an ally. We don't know, but it seems very villainous.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, we've still got two issues. I think there's enough room to wrap it. I mean, there's still plenty
yeah,
to look
and
at, but we yeah.
the troops here, I gotta say, for the video game fans out there, look a lot like the Doom guy, the guy from
Okay,
Doom,
all right.
but or Master Chief from Halo. But
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, there.
Mm.
This is Moon
It's
Knight.
yeah. I mean, we'll definitely see. I am intrigued with Astar. It's one of the things I do like about this thing that Ed Brisson brings is that I would not, for the life of me, have thought that alcohol would have played a part in like the next
Yeah,
issue. You
yeah,
know, for me, last issue she just scored the bottles, and I'm thinking, awesome, like good on you. She deserves a bit of a, a bit of a bonus. But it actually plays a part in this issue for her. So I like that kind of thing where you don't expect those little things to make a difference. But yeah, still want to see if we. I mean, again, two issues. Will we see the three mandible predator? I don't know. What do you reckon?
Oh, we would have to. If we don't, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Like I've not
Mm,
disliked any issue, but it's time
yeah.
to get it in gear a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, second last. I mean, if this is a standard 6 issue arc, generally, yeah, the penultimate issue, you definitely need to ramp things up. But we'll see. I mean, we could be wrong. It could be a larger arc. It could be like 8, 9 issues for this. Um, so yeah. So look forward to that. Any other I guess pointers for this?
I
I like
just
this. Yeah.
I'm just amazed by the art. I
Yeah.
feel like it keeps getting better, and
It does, doesn't it?
the
Yeah.
predators keep getting more bizarre, and I love it. I want my predators to, like, in a comic book, you can make a predator look like whatever the hell you want it to look like. Like it's
Yeah.
just you can do a lot more than you
Yeah.
can in a movie.
Hmm.
And that is one of my favorite predator designs ever, and I need a figure of that immediately.
Now I want to speculate as well because the Predator only seems to have the gauntlet and the combi stick with it. So it could go either way. It could be a very seasoned veteran, like just goes the bare essentials like the Jungle Hunter, um, or it could be hasn't earned its weapons yet. But I'd like to. I'd love to have known more about this predator and actually the other predators that we've seen before, but they don't seem to last long, which is unfortunate. So
Right.
hopefully we'll get a deeper dive into the three mandible predator and what happens there. Out of skulls, Russell, what would you give this one?
I'm gonna say four,
4?
um,
Yep.
because I really love the action scenes, and I continue to enjoy Theta's like problem solving even while drunk, and the art just sends it over the top. Plus, we got a really cool cliffhanger. So yeah, 4 out of 5. I feel like
Okay.
the only places it suffers is like, yeah, we just don't have more of that story that we need, but maybe we're getting that.
Mm. Yeah, I'd give it maybe a 3.5. Again, just judging by, I mean, I love the art. The art's great. We got an awesome fight. And what we can look forward to. We've got a few more characters like the Astar Industries. At least the guy in white. Hopefully, we get to learn more about. I do get this kind of, and maybe this is intentional. This really solitary feel to this
Yeah.
comic because it's just mostly Theta
Uh huh.
and wordless speechless predators. So it would be good to get a little bit more interaction now. I mean, we get Sandy as well, but it's an AI. It's different. So yeah, looking forward to the next issue, and yeah, hopefully we'll get some answers. A 3.5, I think, out of 5 skulls for me there. Righty, Russell. Well, I mean, that pretty much ends this episode. It's been fun chatting, as
Yes.
always.
I miss the owl, but
I miss the owl F, Justin. Hopefully you're having a good time, Justin. Yeah, and hopefully we'll catch you soon. No feedback. Unfortunately, I did kind of get one, Russell, for issue 4. Someone said that they weren't too happy with the run.
Okay.
But it's not to
Yeah.
everyone's taste.
Right.
I'm really loving it. So we'll see how we go. Before we go, I'm just going to flip this up as well as always. Listeners, you can catch us, write us an email on predpraypod@outlook.com. We're on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. The main thing to look out for is Pred Prey Pod. So just put that in the handles. You should find us, and just search for Predator and Prey Podcast on YouTube, and you can find our videos over there as well.
And also, listeners, let Ray and Justin and I know if maybe down the line you'd want us to do some, like, I don't know, inspired by Predator stuff, because I had talked with Ray and Justin about talking about the movie Dog Soldiers, which is a werewolf movie that was inspired by Predator. And
cool.
yeah, I just kind of want Ray to see it. So
I'll go watch it. Also, a little shout out again to one of our favorite Predator fan listeners, Sparky.
Yes.
Interacting with Sparky, she's been great. She gave us a recommendation, Russell, Rage War. It's a trilogy of novels. So we got a recommendation there. I'd love to do that. And when we eventually do AVP, like the original Aliens vs Predator comic series, we definitely should have Sparky on. She's got a lot to say, and I know you love it as well.
Yeah, and I love that she sent us that "Why Are Women" post.
Oh gosh, there was a post. Oh my gosh, listeners, if you don't know, it was from the AVP letters page of the comics back in the day. And some person wrote in, and one of the queries was, "Why is there women?" In that, I guess it's why is there women in an AVP or Predator universe? It just flummoxes me, Russell.
Which that just still blows my mind, because your main character in the Alien franchise is a woman.
Exactly. The main antagonist is the alien queen.
Yeah, it's all about women. No,
Anyway,
but that gave me a good chuckle, and
that was funny.
Yeah,
So
some things never change.
So, like I said, check us out on the likes of on Twitter. We may migrate across over to. We're looking at other platforms. Russell, I know that you've been dabbling around. I've been looking at Hive and Mastodon, just for alternatives. So we may have to jump ship soon. But just keep an eye out. We'll let you know where we are. And we have a Discord channel, of course, as well.
Yes.
Love to hear. It's very, very small. I think there's only a handful of us there, but would love to see you there to chat Predator, as always. Anyway, that's it from me and Russell as well. And stay safe. And as always, Russell,
shit happens.
Good night.